What's going on, guys? So this video will probably take a lot of you by surprise. I never really announced that I was in the market for a car. Not that it was like a secret or anything, I just kept going back and forth on what kind of car I wanted, so I didn't want to hype anything up until I actually had the car in my possession. But anyway, without further ado, I would like to introduce my new 340i. Now there's actually a little backstory to this particular car. I really wanted something that was rear-wheel drive, which is really hard to find in Michigan. It turns out almost all the cars for sale here are X-Drive. But my wife and I both had the Cars.com app on our phone, as well as a few other car buying apps. And she sent me a link to this one that happened to be almost everything that I wanted: a white rear-wheel drive 340i with the automatic transmission, but it was in Miami, Florida, which is really far away from where we live. I think it's around 1,400 miles to be exact. But we decided to call the dealership. We put a deposit on the car, and within a few minutes we had plane tickets to Florida. We left our house at 3 in the morning the very next day and flew down there, and after signing some paperwork, we made the 21-hour drive back to Michigan in the new 340i.
Can I get a picture with you guys?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
Don't let it go. Chasing a dream. What you do? Don't let it go. Chasing a dream. What you do? Don't let go. Chasing a dream.
Your destination is on the left.
Oh no.
What you do?
On the way back, we decided to give my friend Austin a surprise visit in Tennessee. In case you missed the last video, he's a friend and a longtime subscriber who helped me replace my valve cover gasket.
Always right there.
Oh, I love it, man. I'm really happy for you. The JB sticker.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for the new camera. I love it.
No problem, dude. Dude, when we were working on that and your hand started bleeding, I was like, I have to get this man something nice.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So what better way to get to know a car than to drive it 1,400 miles across the country? We bought this car in Miami, Florida, currently driving it back to Port Huron, Michigan. We're at the halfway point now in Tennessee, but it's just awesome driving through these mountains. These are probably like some of the best driving roads in the whole country, but yeah, just really enjoying the car so far. Alright, so I'll give you guys a little tour here. It is a 2017 340i in Alpine White with a coral red interior. After our little road trip, it's got just over 36,000 miles on it. I'll walk you around to the back here. Now if you notice, there's something missing from the trunk there. I did decide to go with a rear-wheel drive car rather than an X-Drive car. Basically just after driving Katie's FRS, I realized that rear-wheel drive cars are really the way to go. And just in case you're wondering, we still have that Dodge Avenger that we plan to drive in the winter time, so not much of a concern with that as far as like the snow and stuff. I believe these taillights are LEDs. I could be wrong about that. I know that the headlights say LED right on them, so that's pretty cool. I think these headlights look amazing, by the way. And the car actually came with this black, it's like the genuine BMW black grille from the factory, so that's one last thing that I have to change. You guys already know how I feel about chrome. I will probably do the chrome delete on the window trim. Not really a fan of that. Here's the wheels. To be honest with you, these are not my favorite wheel design, but that's probably one of the first things that I'll replace. You can see the large brakes in there, pretty big for just being a 3 Series, like not an M3 or anything like that. Take you around to the inside here so you can see the red. Now the white car with the red leather is actually my favorite color combination for these cars. I think that the red leather just looks beautiful. As much as I like it, it's kind of funny. It almost reminds me of being in Pizza Hut in like 1995. There's a speedboat going by. Let me get in here real quick. So the car does have the Buice infotainment. To be real with you guys, I'm really not much of an infotainment guy myself. To be honest with you, I would rather have no screen at all there and just have it blank. Although I don't think that the F30s were ever sold that way. The only thing that's kind of annoying about it is you have these big blank spaces on the side, so every time that you get in the car, you're just reminded that you have the peasant version of the infotainment. But again, it's not really that big of a deal to me. It does have Bluetooth audio, so it connects to your phone automatically and starts playing music, which is really handy. And then it does have these Harman Kardon speakers, which sound amazing. I'm really happy that the car came with those. So one decision that I made that might be a little bit controversial is I did actually want the automatic transmission. That was one of the things that I was looking for. Even though I've been driving manual cars almost since I got my driver's license, I've made videos about how much I like driving stick. I made videos on how to drive stick. Something happened when I drove Brian's 335i a few years ago. I was just blown away by how good the automatic transmission was, and that one test drive completely changed my feelings about automatics, and I'm just so happy that I got it in this. Check this out. Real cup holders in a BMW, imagine that. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is why didn't I get the M Sport package? Basically it came down to this car had every other option and feature that I wanted. It's got the B58 motor, the automatic transmission, rear wheel drive, Alpine white with the red interior. It's every option that I could have wanted except for the bumpers. And just from my experience with my E90, those are the easiest thing to change. Matter of fact, before I even bought the car, Brian from Keys Motorsports already promised to send me the bumpers and the body kit if I wanted it. So as I was looking at cars, the M Sport bumpers were like the least of my concern, just knowing that I have the option to add those on later pretty easily if I want. It's a lot easier to change out the bumpers than it is to like overhaul the whole interior to a different color. A lot of these that I looked at had the beige interior, which I hate. I probably wouldn't have even considered the car with beige. So considering that this car had every other thing that I wanted besides the bumpers, it was an easy decision for me. Now, according to the paperwork that came with the car and the window sticker, it did say that it has the M Sport suspension. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what that means. As you can see, the car is riding like a monster truck. I'll probably change that at some point as well. But yeah, that's the little walk around tour of the car. I just want to close out this video with a huge thank you to each and every one of you guys, whether you've been here from the beginning when I was just making videos in my parents' driveway, or if you just found my videos recently. I just appreciate you guys so much. I would not be sitting in this car right now if it weren't for YouTube, if it weren't for all of your support, tuning into my videos every week, buying things through the Amazon links in the description. That helps me out a lot. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys so much because this is crazy. It's gonna take a little while for me to take this all in. I still like, I was telling Brian on my way home, I feel like I'm not even worthy of this car. It's just so nice compared to other cars that I've owned, like before the E90. I had like a Sunfire, I had a Scion XB, so to go to this, it's gonna take me a little bit, but look forward to more 340i videos in the future. I'm already working with Brian on a couple projects that we want to do. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.